Hello and welcome to the Break Time podcast. I'm your host Amar Naqvi, and today we have with us two very special guests. Please welcome Daniel Qureshi and Rania Qureshi from the band RZD. Welcome on the podcast, guys.
Hi, thanks, man. Nice
Hi
introduction, sir.
guys.
Yeah, pleasure to have you on the show. So,
Thank you.
all right, guys. So today I thought we'd talk about something that's a bit more personal and close to home to you guys, me, and I'm sure most of our viewers watching. And that is mainly at first it was the premature closure of our grade 9, our final year at middle section. But then when I gave it more thought, I realized that, guys, we have not had a normal time in the middle section. All two out of the three of our years were completely stuffed, to be honest. So I'll tell you why when we get into that. But like, let's start at the beginning. All right, let's start seventh grade. Now, seventh grade, if you ask me, it was probably the most normal year in terms of like events happening, because the school seemed like it had a lot of organization and structure. Like, all right, I've talked on for enough. Let's hear some of your guys' opinions. Daniel, what do you think?
Yeah, so you're talking about seventh grade now. Seventh grade basically it was pretty normal generally, like the whole year around. But in towards the ending, our science teacher left, so our class we had like five different teachers coming in to teach us science at different times. It was really confusing. It was pretty weird. Other than that, everything was pretty normal. Not that much going on in seventh grade. Yeah.
Right, right. Rania, how did you feel?
My seventh grade, it was really different. I mean, like a new class and like new teachers and stuff. The
Hmm.
teachers in seventh grade, they weren't that good. And like I was still getting to know everyone, so it's kind of awkward for me because,
Right,
you
yeah.
know, and but it was overall like seventh grade was definitely better than like actually no. Seventh grade was like okay. It's probably like my least favorite year from all three.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, for me, to be honest, seventh grade was also just a new time, new building, new campus, new teachers, new students even. So, I was lucky to be sorted into an amazing class. And seventh grade is probably when I would say teacher wise, we had the best. Let me just put this into perspective. We had Humaira for science, we had Usmani for language, we had Saima Salman for literature, and then who else did we have? Yeah, that was about, yeah, those were probably some of the highlights. So, yeah.
Nice, man.
And also one other thing about seventh grade was it's the school also it had the most events in seventh grade. Do you guys remember No Pen Day?
Yep.
Yes.
That was pretty nice. Yeah, it was
That,
the whole, we didn't have to use pens the whole day, no?
yeah, that day was delightful. Like seriously.
Yep.
And like that and all these other events too. I think seventh grade was overall just like orderly and
I
structured.
remember Caleb.
Bolo bolo.
Yeah, it was. I feel like Caleb, like on No Pens Day, she made us use pens, which was like all
Whoa.
the other teachers were like, you don't have to write, like, let's have like a fun class and everything. And Caleb was just like, yeah, we're taking notes today, get your pens and stuff. And like we still like had our stationery with us, but
Yeah.
like it was just so stupid because like what's the point?
Oh my God. Wow. Yeah. We also had Miss Caleb in grade seven, but I don't think we had a lesson with her on that day, so we got lucky. One aspect of seventh grade I kind of didn't like though was that all right, look, guys, if you fall under the crowd I'm about to mention, I'm sorry. I'm sure you individually are a really good person. Like the ninth graders, I just didn't like at all. Okay, like I feel bad saying this because my own cousin was in ninth grade, and like them all as individuals are great, but like oh man, like they were just I don't know. I found them really overconfident. Who knows? Maybe I was just like a really judgmental child,
No, you're right. They okay. So I like my cousin is a ninth like was a ninth grader. He's in 11th grade now.
right?
But they were kind of like they just acted like they were the shit, and
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was just like at the same time you want like I really wanted to have like a relationship like that way like how the grade like that ninth grade was so close, like
yeah,
11th grade
yeah.
is super close. I wanted our grade to have that type of relationship, and I feel like it does, but they just acted
Hmm.
like they were so cool, and I just did
Yes.
not like that attitude. I was just like, what the hell, man? Like, I mean, but it's fine. it was our senior year. I feel like we were also like this in ninth grade too. Like we were just like
Probably.
probably we were,
Yeah.
yeah.
To be honest, yeah, I can see that happening.
If I'm being honest, I didn't really, there was nothing really going on when we were in seventh grade with the grade nines. Can't really say anything. I guess you're kind of right, but like, do we really interact with them that much? Not, I don't think so. Like,
अच्छा, so
at least not me personally.
yeah. हमारे साथ क्या हुआ था? Me and like the guys in my class, like Ghani, Ismail, all those people, we were big into football. You know, we always went out to break and like got the
Yeah.
footballs. And the thing is that the ninth graders there, they would just keep taking our footballs and like stealing it from us and like just ruining our break. And one time, Ghani like confronted one of them, kind of like stood up to them. It didn't get physical or anything, but he was just like, yo, you know what the hell? Stop it. And then this ninth grader, I'm not gonna bring up his name, but like he straight up he attempted to try to start like bullying Ghani, like like being making like really threatening gestures towards him and stuff. And like that just
Mhm.
that I just really didn't like that. Yeah. So that really
That, yeah, that they shouldn't have done. When like right now, when we were in ninth grade, a bunch of people play football. I guess
yeah.
I used to be there. I didn't play much, but I walked past because I used to go and
Uh-huh.
talk to some people over there. So I saw some of them jokingly did take the younger grades footballs and kick them around. And once I saw it go outside, but I guess that's fine. But then they shouldn't start bullying the kid about it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's wrong. That's where you draw the line.
Exactly, yeah. All right. So now we move on to eighth grade. And this is what I was talking about when I meant that we didn't have a normal year. Because the headmaster of the college section, he got fired, and with him,
Ponsford.
yeah, Ponsford. And with him, half the teaching staff left. Like ever ever since after seventh grade, I have always had at least half my teaching list be completely new teachers where I'm like, who the hell is this? Was it like that for you guys?
For
Rani, go
us,
first.
yeah, thanks. For us, we had like the same teachers, like they were there in seventh grade as well. I
Hmm.
can't remember like once. We had Sir Saud in eighth grade,
Right.
so he was new, and like he just stuck with us. So like he never really left. I mean, he left like after a year, but like he didn't leave midterm. So I don't
Right.
think we
Yeah.
actually had anyone that left midterm, but like we were always hearing about other classes who always just got new teachers and they didn't like them and stuff. So we were like lucky from that aspect. So
Oh, good for you guys. Daniel, what about you? How was L?
And also, man, if I'm being honest, for me, eighth grade was the most normal because in seventh grade, everyone was all new for us. Everyone was in different classes. New classes. Everyone got shuffled. We didn't really know each other. In eighth grade, we
Right.
started to get closer, with your own class.
Hmm.
And not only that, for me, uh, at first in seventh grade, I didn't really talk to anyone in the other classes in the grade as well. Neither in sixth grade did I. But in eighth grade, I started developing, small relationships with people outside my own class while inside our own class, we started bonding more as well.
Right. Yeah.
And the teacher, especially what's his name, Sir Sikandar, Sir Sikko, he was a legend, bro.
Oh, sicko.
He brought our class together, I think, more
Oh,
than
nice.
anything
That's
else.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our eighth grade, Asmi, the thing was, Rania, I'm sure our class was one of the classes that you heard got like completely new teachers. Man, this was also the
yes,
year, this was probably the year for our class where we had the most drama. Like, there was first of all, there was a student teacher drama. So our like homeroom teacher at the time, who also taught us science, she was new, right? And then and then Eban in our class, he was super like big into science, so he loved asking questions and all that were kind of off topic, and that would really frustrate her. And that just led to her despising our class, like absolutely hating our class. Like it was insane. We also had a
who
That's
was
very
the
language
sad.
teacher?
we also had a language teacher who just like would not ever give us our tests back, and also just made us do all our work online for some reason, just because in class all we would do was like find synonyms for words that were quote flashier or something like that. It was just a massive waste of time. And yeah, the thing with our class was is that in 8th grade, actually, our class kind of had a falling out. I'm not going to get into the details of it, but yeah, we had a falling out. And weirdly enough, after that, after we like, sort of like chilled out, and the people who were at fault, after they apologized, that actually just made us all so much closer. It's really weird. But ever since then, like, I'm sure you've heard, okay, I'm kind of flexing here, I'm sorry, but I'm sure you've heard like, oh my god, 9K is such like a close class and all that, like from like Aiza or Shaha or whoever, right?
Yeah,
Huh.
heard that. Yeah,
Yeah, so
definitely.
that's really where that came from. Yeah. Yeah, so that
Nice,
was
man.
great, huh?
So you were
So
saying your language teacher gives you a test back in like super long time. Bro, our literature teacher, it took 3 months, I think, to check our test. Not
Mashallah.
not joking, 3 months.
Mashallah.
It was very annoying.
okay, so like how Amar was talking about like eighth grade being the most like drama filled, for us it was like the most eventful. And like I, like me personally, I feel like our class really, like, how it was for like you guys as well. Like our class like got closer in eighth grade because like we were getting used to each other, and like we
Right.
kind of bonded over like messing around with the teachers, because we had those type of teachers that you could easily just like
Right,
get
right.
away with stuff. Like we had Sheikh for Islamiyat, and the shit we did in like all those classes, Islamiyat classes. I don't know who we had for language and literature and stuff, but we had Miss Syme for literature, and it was just like it was really eventful, like all classes. Like they would just be stealing projector remotes, they would be making the projector like blurry, they would be switching the computer tabs like of the teachers. Like we went so far. Oh, we had Lubna Rahil for geography, and
Right, right.
she accused someone in our class for throwing a pen cap on her, and like this was a really big deal and everything. And the biggest thing for us is that like when we didn't really have that many good teachers in 8th and 9th grade. Like if
Huh.
I just remember these 2 years, we were like every other week we were going to Miss Sharik and we were complaining on our teachers. Like it was like 8 of us at a time, we would just go and complain
Wow.
on the teacher.
Oh
We
my
were just a
She
god.
do
really
anything?
bad we were bad. Yeah, we were the ones doing stuff, and like she would just like falsely accuse us of something to like Lubna Rahil with the pen cap and stuff. I remember that the guys and some of the girls went to complain and stuff. We were just like, we became like a really big team when it came to like opposing the teachers. So that was really fun.
Would you say that's how
Legend?
you bonded?
Yeah, that's how we bonded actually, I
It's us
feel.
versus them. We
Yeah.
have to, man, what's the phrase? We have to rebel against the system, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now let's move on to 9th grade. And okay, guys, I'll be honest. 9th grade for me started on like the highest of highs. Okay, like I got nominated for. I couldn't believe I got nominated for head boy. Actually, getting the tie, like just my mind. I still can't believe it to this day.
More well deserved.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. But yeah, no, to be honest, 9th grade for me was the time when I really had to let go of some friends, right?
Hmm.
Where
Yeah, I get
like
what you
some of
Yeah.
them,
mean.
I just had to like cut out some
Definitely.
of the fat. And also, okay, one thing is like, okay, this is gonna sound super like, oh, sure, you're like, this is gonna sound super like first world problem type. Man,
Hmm.
being the head boy, the thing about that is that like so many people just started talking to me because I became head boy. I mean, like with monitors and all, yeah, that's work. So that's fine. That's like work friends and being developing a friendship there. But some people who like would never notice me before just started talking to me now. And that just kind of made me think like, wow, people can be like really fake.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I guess I can definitely see that happening, so they can get your benefit and, try to make you do stuff for them and favors
Yeah,
by
kind of
getting
just
close to
like
you after.
using you for stuff, which is
Hmm.
not like a way to like go about like actually developing a relationship, or like even like a, yeah, like a friend relationship with someone. But it's just like people do that and it's sad. So
Yeah, so that was like one of the main things for me. 9th grade was really when like I sort of 9th grade was the time when I like got rid of my old friends and made some newer ones. So like with the studies wise, like yeah, like my teachers were, to be honest, like average middle of the road teachers. Like there was fine, there was nothing special. literature. We had two new teachers in literature because one of them left midterm. And then,
Who left?
yeah, she left just midterm. Yeah. So, but other than that, yeah, my ninth grade was really just about like students, like school
Hmm.
stuff. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, Rania, how's your ninth grade?
My ninth grade, yeah, it was started off really well. I mean, I got like called for the interview for head girl, but I became
Right.
monitor,
Yeah.
which was still really fun. And I mean, you and I actually got closer because of that, so that was really great. And I also made a lot of like, I got closer with a lot of people from our grade, and I let go of a lot of toxic people in our grade as well, which was, I mean, like it scared me in the beginning, but then it turned out to be really good because like it takes like a mental toll on you after a while. You get what I mean?
Yeah, but it's
And
always the right thing to do. It's hard, but
yeah,
like,
it is.
you just gotta bite the bullet.
And yeah, and my brother was a seventh grader in ninth grade, so it was just fun messing around with him as
That
well.
must have been nice.
Uh, yeah, and I feel like our grade actually became closer in ninth grade too, just considering it was like our last year, and then like rock for a cause and the grade dance, and then like like the small things really like brought us closer. Which I mean, it's great because like I would rather have like it's nice to have a grade that like because you feel comfortable with
Right.
everyone versus like
Exactly.
a few people. So I mean, I really like that.
Yeah. Daniel, how's your grade nine?
Man, for me, grade 9 was the best out of all three of the years. In grade 9, beginning, it was like normal, you know. So as time went on, at first we went, and you know, during breaks, normally I just walk around with Mickey or Mustafa or someone. So
Right.
in
Yeah.
grade 9 is the first time I went to the basketball court and I started, you know, I thought, why not join in? So eventually, gradually, I started playing as well with them, and that's where I made quite a few friends with like Essen and वो क्या नाम है उसका
Naam
forgetting
bhul gaye.
Hamza Shelby,
Yeah.
Umar, even Umar and Daniel, Zia, all those guys. And also past that, when it came to my class, ninth grade was when we were like super tight, super close together. In the
Same.
after the grade trip, we became like super bonded. You know, like we'd
Yeah.
have each other's back and stuff. But the best part about grade 9 was there was this one kid in my class. I'm not going to take any names, but he was in love with someone else in our class, and he used to
Oh
uh,
God.
write about her in his notebook, and it was
Okay.
it was kind of sad, but it was also kind of funny because she knew at the same time.
Wait, I know who this is.
Oh wait, I think I do too.
Is it who
How
I'm
how,
thinking about?
how would I know who you're thinking about?
No,
Right.
but
Anyways.
the
Yes, it's
one that
probably
we
who
had
you're
to
thinking
solve,
about.
the one
Yeah,
that we had
whatever,
to
whatever,
solve.
All right.
whatever.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no,
Okay,
no.
okay, okay, okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
So aside from that, also sports. I got super into sports in grade 9. Before grade 9, and I'm being honest, I never did sports in anything. I got vice captain for basketball and APK team. I did athletics. I did quite well, surprisingly, even though I had no training. You know, I thought why not try out, and I did okay. So I'm thinking next year I'll probably
Yeah.
train for that or whatever.
Dude, you were a
And
bloody
also
champion.
it was the first time. Yeah.
You were a bloody champion. Ajit, pata nahi kahan se you came out to be like one of the top. Like,
Thank you,
what
sir.
the hell?
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Also, it was the first time that I ever performed in front of a proper audience with Rani and Akbar at Rock for a
Oh
Cause.
yeah.
That was also really
Wow.
fun. You know, boosted the confidence for us. And then you know what else
That
happened
was like
earlier this year? Yeah, Rani, what?
yeah, that was kind of like nerve-wracking for me because that was also like I feel like Donnie handled it like way better than I did. It was just like it was
Rani gets too
weird.
nervous.
I
Yeah, I
had to
mean,
carry this. I
yeah.
carried this lavender face spray with me because lavender,
Oh my God,
the
that thing
scent,
was so annoying.
the
Allah.
scent helped me de-stress. So I was just spraying it on my face like 5 to 10 minutes before we had to go, and it did not help whatsoever.
Bro, when you're there, you just gotta do your thing. Just forget about everything else and do what you want to do. You know, have fun up there. It's not
Yes.
about trying to impress someone, which
Yes.
hopefully you are doing, but you know, it's
What the
about
heck?
having fun. Also, yeah, I was saying, So what happened earlier this year when basically COVID-19 whatever it happened, school shut
Yeah.
down. So my class also did a lot of Zoom meetings. Just more bonding happening.
Oh, nice.
So my family decided to take a trip to Natyagali.
Oh,
So I didn't know this at all. My dad is randomly friends with Ali Zafar, so he came to Natyagali. He
what? All time.
my papa's friends have a house there, and Ali Zafar was staying with them. So her friends called her. They called all of us, but only my papa and my papa went, and they met Ali Zafar, and she said she was my dad's brother. But he somehow, I don't know how, he didn't realize that my dad was staying in the house with my papa. And so then the next day my dad told him, and then he was like, hey, I did not know that. And then he called us to his house, and he gave us a 3-hour concert non-stop singing. And the next day he came to my house for coffee and whatnot, and he did a walk with my dad. And
Whoa.
the best part was that I performed with him and I got my guitar signed. But the saddest part of all of this is my gala was kharab. It was so sad. It was actually it could not be worse timing, bro. If he came like a couple days later, my gala would have been fine. It was so sad. I was singing with this booty we was, but he still said I was really good and whatnot. But that really boosted my confidence, and he started singing, and he kept on telling me advice and whatever. And he said this song is my style or whatever. So I'm starting to learn Urdu songs as well now because of that. And he gave me some really good advice. Is like, get together with a group of friends and
Okay.
jam and do what you want, play a bunch of songs, and what you come up with is it'll bring out the best in you, because when you're with your friends and you make music together, that's where you thrive the most.
Damn, Donnie, you've had like one hell of a year. And that was some
You
great
know.
advice for any of you rising musicians out there who want to get into it but don't know where to start. Take that advice. Yeah. For me, ninth grade as well, the Lahore trip, man, that was peak. Oh my God. Rania, I'm so sorry your class didn't get the chance.
Yeah, it was so sad, man. I like
F in the chat for
I
their
was
class.
F in the chat.
so upset.
Yeah, no, but like also one other thing was, Donnie, on the topic of you becoming an athlete, ninth grade was actually when I felt, to be honest, the most like insecure about sports because I literally just saw like every guy around me just doing so much better than I was. And I was just thinking like, yo,
Oh,
what's going on? So that's actually the year when I actually started like hitting the gym and like working out and like working on my body, working on
hmm.
my health. And that's just been absolutely amazing. Like ever since COVID started, like workouts have been keeping me sane. They've been keeping me in a routine and they've been keeping me productive. Like
Good for you, man.
yeah, it's been
That's really good.
great.
I
Thanks.
do not know how you guys
Listen,
do
man.
it, but I
Uh,
can't
li-
work out for shit
Listen
at
to me,
all.
Amar. Listen.
Bolo.
Don't let others' success bring you down. Use that as inspiration to do better and thrive just like you are. Keep doing that. Don't stop. You will do much better if you have that mindset. You have to believe that you can do better, and you will do better. Okay, trust
Yeah,
me.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's great advice.
And you don't have to like compare yourself to other people because
Yeah,
I mean,
You are who you are, and that's it.
yeah. Guys, don't let other people make you feel bad about yourself. Let other people inspire
Hmm.
you to do better. Well, this is
Yeah.
becoming advice, but I like this. I like this.
yeah,
Yeah,
like everyone who's listening to this, you don't have to look at someone and think that like you know compare yourself to them and you want to be like them or like look like them or act like them. Like be who you are, because at the end of the day, like no one's gonna wanna like everyone's just gonna look at who you are as a person, because if you're trying to like be like someone else, it's not being original and it's not being you. And I don't think
Yep.
anyone wants to be or like hang out with a person who just doesn't want to be
Yep.
themselves. That
Yep.
is
And
sad.
also on the topic of that, never think you're better than anyone else, because everyone is the same inside. Please do not throw away everything you have just because you think you're better. Hang on to every blessing that you have been given, and do not let go, because you will regret it in the future.
yeah. Guys, to be honest, what I'm getting from all this is that like I feel like a lot of us like the middle section journey generally just helped us really like find ourselves and like find out who we are, like just get comfortable in our own skin kind of because you go into
Yeah.
grade 7, everyone's all like new and excited and like we're still
Hmm.
children, you know. We go into
Yeah.
8th grade. 8th grade is like, you know, okay, look, it's the beginning of puberty. It's when like all the like weird feelings and like weird like just uncomfortable things get out of the way. And then 9th grade is when like I think we finally become like secure, and it can be the time when we go through like the most hardships, but it's also the time where we like find the most like inner happiness and start, you know,
Hmm.
being happy with who we are and just finding ourselves out, you know.
Yep.
I
Well
feel
said.
like, yeah, I feel like that's something a lot of people struggle with, especially at our age. Guys, don't worry. If you don't get it right now, you definitely will. Like, just give it time, put in the effort. It's really vague to say put in the effort to find yourself, but just whatever you want, whatever you love doing, just do more of that, and it'll just help you find out who you are. Like I've discovered so
Yeah.
many new hobbies over even the worst times like Corona. You know, I've gotten into chess. I've started this very podcast that we're on right now. Rania, what about you?
I agree with what you're saying. Like, I just, with the like I feel like I have way too many accounts right now, but I started writing, and about like finding yourself, there's no like right time, there's no like system or formula to it. It's literally just like it's all based on you. It's whenever you feel like it's the right time to do stuff. Because like I started singing when I was like properly in front of people when I was like 11. I didn't used
Right.
to do it before that. It's because I just didn't want to. I just sung for myself. Like I still do, but I just didn't, because it's when you feel right. And I started writing a lot this like during quarantine. I started a book which I don't think I will ever finish, but I'm getting there. I put that on hold and I started doing other things. So just like, experiment and like figure it out. And you will figure it out eventually. You don't have to have everything like the answers to everything right now.
I feel like middle section, when we first came into middle section, one of the first things Mrs. Sheikhali told us was this is probably like the most memorable year for a lot of you, for all of us, in fact. And I think that's true just because middle section was really when we grew the most, and I think had the most like development in ourselves, and when we really just
Hmm.
changed the most for the better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 Also, if anyone thinks that they don't have anything they like or they care about or they want to do, trust me, learn an instrument. Okay, I did not want to learn guitar. I was completely against the idea. My mom forced me to. She said, "Your brother is doing it. You have to." So I said, "No," and then, and then she forced me to, and then she put me on the spot when my teacher came, and she was like, "This is your teacher." I'm like, "What? I don't want to do this." And then she's like, and then she gave me those eyes, and then I did it. In the first 6 months, I wasn't that interested, and then after that, I fell in love with it and music altogether. So if you think that there's nothing you care about and you don't have a passion at the moment, try learning an instrument, any instrument. It can be piano, guitar, whatever you want, drums, because in that you can find a hobby and possibly a passion for your future and whatever you want, because music is, it's like, it's where it makes you happy if you really care about it. So if you feel like you have nothing to do, learn an instrument, please.
I agree with that, but I also feel like if you just like Dani said, if you don't feel passionate about anything right now, if you feel like you don't care about anything, don't worry or don't stress about it too much because you're literally only like 14 or like some of you are 15, but
That's
you're still a kid. So you have your whole life to find something that you actually enjoy. Like you will discover like many new things. Like I don't like
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Of course, never worry about it because you have your whole life ahead of you. It's not that big of a deal. Just some advice there,
Just Dani just really wants you to learn an instrument so he can develop our band,
Basically, yeah.
basically.
My advice would be just go out and try doing anything you want. Like I've developed so many hobbies from literally just watching some YouTube videos about something and just being like, huh, that seems cool, maybe I should try that out, and just give it a try. You like just don't think about, oh, mere paas ye nahi hai, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that. you can only get good by doing it. That's also one thing. All right, guys. I think we've said. I think we're running out of time now, and
Yep.
to be honest, I think we've said a lot of good stuff. You know, we talked about our
Yeah.
journeys, and we even managed to get some lessons out here.
Hmm.
All right. So that's all for today on the Break Time podcast. If you wish to give any suggestions to make this great podcast even greater, leave them down in the comments. If you wish to be on a future episode of Break Time podcast, then DM me at the Break Time podcast. Guys, thank you for coming on, and
Thank you for having us, Amar. It
Thank
was
you
a
for
pleasure.
having
yeah,
us. It was so much fun.
thank you for coming on, and I hope you have a good night. Thank you.
Anytime, man. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Mar.